So I'm just setting up my my macros for the last quarter of 2021. Over the past couple of months, I've been tracking, but not specifically enough to try and get to the target of what I'm trying to aim for. So I want to set this up with you, so you could do this as well. Give you some insight, so then you can go and follow along and go and set your own macros up. So I always revert back to this manual that I've got. I've been using this for years. I just think it's the most real-time manual. There's a couple of ways. So first and foremost, what we do is we try and get our maintenance calories. And you can do this one of two ways. Now, if you're impatient like me and you want to just get straight to it, I won't recommend doing this way, but if you want to get more specific and you want to take a longer approach, and we generally do this when clients are on some form of fat loss phase, whilst we're still trying to get them fast results. But then I do this calculation anyway, so sometimes it's quite good. But essentially what we do is we try and get an average weight. So you're going to step on the scales for 2 weeks, and you're going to kick out an average weight in pounds, by the way. Start reverting yourself back into pounds. Kilos is too fucking much of a jump. So that gives you, so you've got to find your body weight. So doing that average weighing gives you that actual body weight that you actually are. Not after you've had a few beers or after you've had an extra meal or whatever, an extra fucking food. So you'd have your weight, so you'd write down your average weight. I haven't done that. Too impatient, so I just go with a calculation that I recommend, which is you times your body weight by 10. So if you're going to do the 2 week average, obviously get your weight, for me 185 pounds, times it by 10. If it was an average weight, let's say 183 times 10, whatever that might be. So we've got our maintenance calories, so essentially that's food without doing any activity whatsoever. So we get that maintenance calorie, so we're 185 times 10, it'd be 1,850 calories. That'd be doing it for doing no exercise, no, what you call neat, fucking bullshit neat, just walking. Why people have to name things under certain things they don't understand. Excuse me, just had some protein. And then we take that multiply that number, and then we put it into using an activity multiplier, which is basically based off lifestyle and training frequency. So these calculations have been designed by someone way more fucking cleverer than me. You follow someone that's done the result, right? I always say that you've got to look at their result. What are they doing? Have they got the results? Can I trust them to get the results? And these guys are trusted and proven in the industry far and far wide. So it's based off lifestyle and training frequency, things like sedentary, lightly active, active, very active, meaning how active you are in your day. So obviously decide that, and I try and base that off, like, if you're sedentary, like under 5,000 steps, if you're doing your fucking steps. I don't really recommend doing steps. I just feel like it's a number that you get fucking attached to, and that's not the end result. Lightly active, under 10,000, active, under 15,000, very active, under 20,000. Obviously, that you could base that if you were like a builder, for example, like you've really got a massive labouring job and you're moving all the time. These can adjust. This will adjust. So what you do is that's your lifestyle and training frequency. You choose one, and it's basically 3 to 6 days of weightlifting. So obviously within this, you've got to be doing 3 training sessions or 6 training sessions, depending on what your training split is inside of the gym. And you calculate it. So if you're sedentary, you calculate that number that you've just worked out by 1.3 or between 1.3 and 1.6. If you're lightly active, it's calculated between 1.5 and 1.8. If you're active, 1.7 to 2.0, and very active, 1.9 to 2.2. So get your number, 1,850 in my case, and I'm going to put lightly active, and I'm going to start off with a 1.5 just to give me a starting block point. Doesn't have to be perfect. This, as you can see, the numbers are different, they differentiate, and that's why there's not a blueprint for everyone, and that's why tracking is essential and adjustments is essential to get things right. So I'm going to start at 1.5. That gives me hold on, yeah, 2,775. Done these calculations prior to this video. Ever watched that Art Attack? Always remember that fucking Art Attack. Here's one I made earlier. Anyway, 2,775 calories is basically what it's giving me. Okay, so that's my calorie intake over the next couple of weeks at least, whilst I'm tracking and measuring to see if I need to make any adjustments. All right, and then what we need to do is split those calories into macros. So first and foremost, we do the protein. So hold fire. We do the protein. So this is where it differentiates as well. So I'm going to do my body weight, 185 pounds, and you're going to times it anywhere between 0.8 and 1.2. I'm going for the 1 in the straight slap bang in the middle. And I recommend if you struggle hitting protein, start at the 0.8s and it's doable. You know, so that you're obviously going to have to make drastic changes and habit changes anyway. So start at the 0.8, it's doable. At the end of the day, like, we're focused on the calories. Calories is key, and macros split, obviously, secondary. So start off at 185 times 1 is going to give me 185 gram of protein. Yeah? And then what we do is we're going to split the fat down, the fat macro down. Alright? So basically what we do is we do 2,775 calories, and we take away 25%. Take away 25%, which will give me 693 calories. Is 25% of 2,775. And then there's 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. So we divide the 693 by 9, and it gives me 77 gram of fats. And then I'm left with the remainder of calories left from the protein. Yeah, that gives a certain amount of calories. 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So that gives me 740 calories. Basically works out at 77 gram of fat is 693 calories. That gives me a left remainder of X amount of calories that I'll divide by 4, because every 1 gram of carbohydrate equals 4 calories as well. So that kicks me out at 335 gram of carbs. So if you're with me right now, you'll have your calories. Yeah. That they have the calories on maintenance, and you'll times it by your activity multiplier, and then you'll start dividing the macros down. So you'll have your protein, then you'll have your fats, and then you'll have your carbohydrates. Okay. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to follow that for the next 2 weeks, checking on an average weight, checking my weight every single morning at the same time. After I've been in the toilet, after I've done my stuff, I check the weight, write it down. And I'm not too attached to that weight right now. I'm looking for the average. I'm looking for a 2-week average and seeing what's going on with my weight. If I feel like nothing's changed, I feel like something needs to be changed within that process, I've gained weight, or if my weight's staying the same, I'll either do one or two things. I'll reduce calories, probably take away some of the carbs, because I'm not willing to take away too much of the fats because I like cheese and that. Or I'll add cardio in. So if I'm going to add cardio in, all right, I like to do it this way. I like to go and say, amount of calories that I burn, say for example I burn 500 calories, I sort of essentially go and divide it by 4, which gives me sort of like the dividing of the carbohydrate. Yeah. So basically look at it and go, well, I'll take away 200 calories per day. So I'll just add in 200 calories of cardio, or I'll remove 200 calories worth of carbs, dividing it by X. So obviously, whatever that 50 grams, 50 gram of carbs. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially give myself a weekend banking, which splits into, psychologically, sets me up so I don't fail on the weekends, and 2, I'm going to have to add in some cardio, so then I'm still in that calorie deficit. So essentially I'm going to sort of like put in like a 10k run or like a 2 times 5k run, depending on how I'm feeling. It'll probably burn around about 800 calories in total, so I'll divide 800 calories by 4, which gives me 200 gram of carbs. So 200 gram of carbs extra I'm going to have on a Saturday, so whatever that form comes in, whatever I want. So essentially, like, psychologically, I'm moving forward with my progress, and the weekend's not tripping me up. So if you've got any questions on that, I know it's quite a long one, but very valuable for the rest of the fucking 90 days at least, or rest of your even life, because now you know to sort of calculate your calories and track your macros. If you're completely new to this game and you need help with it, then reach out to me. Or if you're not completely new to this game and you just fucking need help, and you're looking to get shredded and you're looking to progress mentally, physically, within the gym, within your own self, within your body, and look for a rapid transformation, then reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. Peace, good luck.